Hi there. Welcome to this special edition of Global Visitor. I'm Liana in Beijing. In people's minds, Australia is a beautiful and vibrant country famous for koalas, coral reefs, and beaches. Yet there's so much more about this country, thanks to its distinct origin, well blended by multi-cultures brought by a great influx of immigrants. In today's program, we'll show you a real Australia. First, we'll discover the success secret of a national sport, golf. Then we'll go visit an Australian ecological farm and learn some advanced farming. Sport mad at the best of times. Australians go particularly nuts over golf, a game which has driven more people crazy than any other. And in the height of spring, when the Emirates Australian Open tees off at the end of every November, the fever is at its height. For some Australians, however, golf is not just a sport, it's also business. It's spring in Sydney and life is pretty good. The sun is out, the jacarandas are flowering, and business is being mixed with lots of pleasure. Sydney has spring fever,
which can make concentrating at work very difficult indeed. But thankfully, there's a solution for that too. In fact, if it seems that Sydney businessmen aren't packing boardrooms to the hum of commerce each November, it's because they're doing it here. I'm at St Michael's in Little Bay, about 15 kilometres from the Sydney CBD, and this golf course, like the 1,000 other golf courses in Australia, is not just a place of pleasure, it's a place of business. So let's go and meet some friends, find out who's cutting what deal.
Sport mad at the best of times. Australians go particularly nuts over golf, a game which has driven more people crazy than any other. And in the height of spring, when the Emirates Australian Open tees off at the end of every November, the fever is at its height. A CNC's intrepid reporter discovers the madness of golf in Oz can be very, very contagious.
Whole nation's watching.
There it is! Adam Scott, a life changer.
Not every putt I've made has won me a major. Not every drive has landed on the fairway. Not every chip has cleared the bunker. But every shot I've played has made me just that little bit better. Besides, even a bad day on the golf course is still a great day.
So I reckon one of the great things about playing golf in Australia is that golf is for everyone. It's not an exclusive gig, and you don't want to look like a goose, which is why I've got a friend of mine, Paul Turner, who's going to show us how to not only play golf, but how to cut deals on the golf course. Because in Australia, golf is business.
An overly healthy sense of competition and a love of outdoors have ensured Australia's golfing history is long and proud. Like the world's longest golf course, measuring more than 850 miles, which incidentally runs across the heart of Australia. Here, golf is a lifestyle, not a sign of wealth. Around 1.2 million Australians whack the little white ball to varying degrees of success on more than 1,650 different stunning courses every year. According to businessman and avid golfer Paul Turner, every course is special, no matter how ordinary the player.
Paul, now you've played golf all around the world. What do you think is special about these golf courses up and down the coast of Sydney and in Australia generally?
Well, for starters, they're very unique. You know, the fact is you're 20 minutes from the CBD, from downtown.
And of course, you've got the most extraordinary views here of the Pacific Ocean. So, you know, it doesn't get much better than that. Quite simple. And they're championship courses. You know, the golf courses along here is where Adam Scott recently won the Australian Open at the New South Wales Golf Club, which is 10 minutes away. And St Michael's, where we are now, is one of the most popular clubs in Sydney.
Golf's global image of luxury is out the window here. Not only does Australia have one of the globe's highest golf courses per capita, with over one course per 10,000 people, but the entire nation is encouraged to get out and have a whack. It's an everyman sport, a place where everyone, young or old, boy or girl, can indulge in one of Australia's most compulsive national pastimes, hitting balls. While Australia boasts 6 of the world's top-rated golf courses, there is something for everyone. The heights of luxury and exclusivity are matched by the openness and accessibility of most Aussie courses. Australians start golf young. Membership at most courses is well within the means of the average worker, fitting in nicely with the Australian philosophy of egalitarianism. Australians believe golf makes a fool out of everyone, rich or poor. As for taking commerce onto the green, Paul, having established businesses throughout Asia, agrees English author P.G. Wodehouse, who once declared that, to find a man's true character, play golf with him.
As far as business goes, it's so normal to play with your business partners because often most people are a member of a golf club or they play golf socially. So it's quite simple to say, well, why don't we discuss this on the golf course? And we do. So,
and it's not a bad office, is it?
It's a terrific office. Look at that.
But perhaps the allurement of golf for the average Aussie is hidden in the charm of the country itself. A chance to get out of the rat race and test yourself among Australia's natural beauty. And when it comes to natural beauty, Australia has lots to spare. In recent years, the land down under has established itself as one of the world's premier golfing destinations. And now there's a newly formed, high-powered golfing lobby group called the Great Golf Courses of Australia, working with industry, tourism and inbound operators to nail a holiday-in-one approach to provide the ultimate Aussie golf experience. Starting with packages for the Emirates Australian Open and focusing on the big golfing markets including China, the US, Britain and Germany, Australia's everyman game is being promoted to everyone.
And the upshot has been a veritable boom here in golf tourism. In fact, just last month, Australia was voted Golf Destination of the Year by China Travel Weekly, and with 7 courses consistently in the World Top 100, accessibility, friendliness and all year round pro golf weather, it's no wonder that Australian golf is going from strength to strength.
Which leaves the game itself, a game Mark Twain perceptively called a good walk spoiled. These days, walking at least is optional. And of course in Australia, golf goes hand in hand with another of this country's favorite pastimes.
And of course the excuse for playing golf is to have a couple of beers with your mates afterwards, so...
We don't really like the golf, just the beer.
Paul?
Pleasure.
You may have kicked my ass in golf, but we'll see who wins the 19th hole.
God help me.